Hello, today we're going to be looking at the history of the postbox. Now, there is actually a lot we could talk about. However, as this channel is called Snippets on Stamps, we are just going to give you a snippet of information today. So, Anthony Trollope, the 19th century British novelist, he was the guy who introduced postboxes to the UK. Now, they trialled it first on the Channel Islands in 1852 to see whether or not it would work. And they were initially like a green colour to try and blend in, not be so obvious. However, as a result of that blending in, people couldn't find them, so they had to paint them red. The first postbox landed on the mainland in 1853, and I think it was in Cumbria. Now, Richard Redgrave from the Department of Science and Art, he designed the first very ornate postbox in 1856. And that was really for London and other main cities. And they would do a smaller one, not so ornate, for smaller cities. Now, they realised actually, kind of as time went by, that they needed to have a bit more of a uniform style because people didn't really know which was a post office letterbox and which wasn't. So they had to sort of develop a uniform style. Now, Penfold in 1866 to 1879 designed the hexagonal postbox. However, that became quite expensive to replicate, so it didn't really carry on. Now, all the postboxes were then painted red because it was a uniform colour, and they ended up having like a standard sort of design so that people would recognise what the post office was, postbox. But some people didn't trust them, even though they had post office written on them. In fact, some actually didn't have post office written on them. Some of the post boxes didn't even have the royal cipher on them, so they were known as anonymous post boxes. But some people didn't trust them, so would still go to the post office anyway because they wanted their letters posting. They didn't really believe that people would pick up the post in the letterboxes. But there you have it, snippets on post boxes.